Today I'm celebrating my 6th cake anniversary. I'm so happy to be celebrating by partnering up with Betty Crocker for their 100th birthday. To celebrate, I'm going to be making my family's absolute favorite, a super decadent chocolate cake. First things first, you gotta bake your cake layers. I'll be using Betty Crocker's super moist triple chocolate fudge cake mix for my first 2 layers. I prepared it and baked it according to the directions on the box. To make the cake even fudgier, I replaced a cake layer with Betty Crocker's fudge brownies. I prepared it according to the directions on the box and baked it in the same size tin as the cake. 6 years ago, when I first began baking, Betty Crocker products were always my go-to and made the learning process so easy and accessible. To me, being a Betty means having fun and inspiring others to bake recipes that they love. Once my cake layers were completely baked and cooled, I worked on the frosting. Nothing beats Betty Crocker's rich and creamy chocolate frosting. It has always been my favorite. My favorite way to prepare it is by whipping it up and making it super light and fluffy, perfect for frosting a cake. Now comes my favorite part about cakes, the decorating. I split each cake layer and brownie layer into 2 and began layering and frosting the cake. Once they were completely stacked, I covered the outside with even more of the fluffy chocolate frosting, and then I gave it a second coat just to make sure that no crumbs were popping out. Then I used one of my favorite hacks, which is melting down some of the rich and creamy chocolate frosting and using it as a drip. To finish it off, I used even more of the chocolate frosting, gave it a border, and covered it in a bunch of Betty Crocker sprinkles. To decorate the top of the cake, I used leftover cake scraps, cut them into squares, covered them in Betty Crocker vanilla frosting and sprinkled for an extra fun look. Being a Betty is all about using your imagination to decorate your heart out. I always have so much fun baking and decorating cakes, especially with the help of Betty Crocker. And of course, it wouldn't be a celebration without candles. Whether your baking journey began 100 years ago or today, you too can call yourself Betty Crocker and submit your favorite recipes to callmebettycrocker.com for a chance to win your own custom Betty Crocker packaging featuring your unique recipe.